All right, we're ready to start. Guest of honor is here. Big welcome for Mike Smith. Mike, are you able to ride today with your hands so sore from signing autographs already? You gonna make it?
I'll be right left-handed.
Must be a little unusual today, Mike. Zenyatta's going to be at Holland Park and going to be on the racetrack, and there's no pressure on you. There's no undefeated streak. There's no worrying about who's going to be in front. There's no worrying about getting race ridden by the other guys. Feel a little unusual today, and are you looking forward to just seeing this mare out there, not having to worry about race pressure today?
You know, I'm not worried about the race pressure, but there's just something about it that always makes me, I don't know what it is. It still feels like some sort of pressure. Just the honor, actually it's an honor just to get honored. It's a very, very exciting feeling. I'm very blessed with it.
Yeah, and you come off the win in the Breeders' Cup Classic. I wanted to ask you something. Now that it's all said and done, she was always going to run the Classic, wasn't she? Was that a lot of smoke screen by John Sheriffs and the bosses? She was always going to run. You can be honest now.
He wouldn't tell me.
He wouldn't tell you either.
I mean, honestly, I always thought that she would. As long as she kept training the way she was training and he kept running the way she was running, I really believed that he was saving it all for the big grand finale. But he didn't tell me that. I just know that we had dinner up about a week. I guess it was about a week or so before, and we all got to vote. And of course, it was a unanimous vote. So.
Hey, Jim, sorry. Can you come turn Mike's mic up a little bit? Thank you. Okay, you go into game day, Mike, and you talk about pressure. I know you're a fan of other sports. You're a big football fan, and you've watched big games, Super Bowls, and World Series, and NBA Finals, and everything else. This was all out rolled into one. Did you feel like you were carrying the weight of racing? Fans, people, or did you feel like you had a lot of weight on you that day besides the 126?
Without a doubt. I mean, it was by far the most pressure I've ever put on myself or situation that I've been in. And it wasn't really, I just didn't want to let her down. You know, I felt that the only way I get beat is if Pilot Era. And I really believe that. And so it was really, you know, everyone's talking about, well, you can't go around to beat the boys. And then after leaving the gate, Kurt and her decided that she thought that she'd give the boys a 4 or 5 length head start.
Just to make it fair, right?
I looked at her, I said, why? Why a day? I mean, come on.
Of all the days,
you can't be this good, I said. And once I got her lined up, I swear, I knew underneath the wire the first time that she was going to win. All that could happen was if I messed up somewhere. I just didn't want to mess up. So I just really focused. And whenever I do that, for some reason, for me, everything slows down, and I just saw the whole picture, and everything just kept. It was as smooth could be. I mean, it was great, man. God blessed me that day.
You hear athletes talk about that. You used to hear Michael Jordan talk about that when he was scoring 60 points a game. Basket looked this big, everything went into slow motion.
Yeah.
Does that do that when you're riding a horse like Zenyatta?
It does for me. I mean, it's how you use that energy. I mean, that energy can get out of control pretty quick. I mean, if you let it, I mean, you know, any type of energy can just speed up, and you can learn to control it and just really focus, and everything just slows down for me. It seems pretty easy.
Having her helps make it easy too.
Oh, then you go back and watch the race, and you're just like, my God.
How did I win?
I get out of there, and how great is she? I mean, she was like a little ballerina skipping through them. I mean, not a little ballerina, a big ballerina. But moving like a little ballerina.
What about the pre-race, Mike? You know, we had the delay with Quality Road. It was a long delay. I mean, you must have been sitting there thinking again of all the days for somebody to get goofy at the gate. And then Zenyatta, watching on the monitor, did she get a little nervous?
I wanted to run behind the trees and just hide.
Did that seem like 2 hours to load into the gate?
You know, it seemed like it forever, and I'm sure all the other horses had the same type of pressure, but for me, it seemed more. And, you know, she handled it pretty well. She did get a little upset, and when I got back on her, I just kind of patted her and let her know that everything was okay, and then the crowd was roaring so loud, and she runs with cotton in her ears anyway, that when the doors open, the bell rings, you know, and she didn't even hear it. She just looked, she said, oh, they're going, she said. She came out, and I was just like, you gotta be kidding me, man. You know, I'm 5 lengths or 7 lengths behind, you know, mind that bird. I mean, I'm not supposed to be that far behind him. They were going to take back to last, you know.
Well, I heard you talk to Mike about that. You were so far back, and you had trouble getting her to switch leads. You had trouble getting her to her game coming by the stands first. And what did you do to get her to do that? A
lot of times when a horse runs a mile and a quarter out of that chute, they have that big gap there, and they'll tend to come out of there in their left lead for whatever reason. I don't know, Kurt. I think they're looking at it. You know, it looks like somewhere to go.
Yeah.
And she did that. She came out of there in her left lead, but her right in behind, so it was kind of like, I'm sure everyone's washed clothes when all the clothes go to one side, and you know, she was just doing that because she was off balance. And then once I got her corrected, she was on like that. And once that happened, by the time we went underneath the wire the first time, she was already passing Mind That Bird and was in cruise control. And like I said, at that point, I felt very confident that she was going to run huge. I just needed to cut a corner somewhere because I already gave them a 5 length head start, and they're the best, boys in the world, and I couldn't be going around them.
You had a decision to make about between a 3/8 and a quarter pole. You talked about that going inside or outside, and I don't know what horse it was, but somebody stopped pretty badly right in front of you, and you just kind of missed him going to the inside.
It seemed easier than that when I was out there, but watching it, yeah, it was pretty cool. I mean, she was able to cut the corner real good, and she loomed up like a giant. And to me, it was just like I was towering over her. I literally had to stay up a little higher in the saddle so I could see better, because she was just running with her head up. I was going, my God. And then I could have split horses, and then they started to float down at that same moment. I just let her dance to the outside, and when I did, I asked her to run, and she dropped that head for about 4 jumps, and that's all she had to do.
And that last 8th, I mean, not only is she winning impressive, she's going by probably the turf horse of the year, Gio Ponte, probably the 3-year-old of the year in Summer Bird. I mean, these are not, they said that she was beating up the same horses in these Philly Mare races. These were top-class racehorses, and she went by them like they were tied down in the last 8.
The same Philly Mare that won the Ladies Classic the day before.
Yeah, exactly.
It was, so I mean,
life is sweet.
They can say what they want. I know what she was running against.
And Gio Ponte's a top-class horse. I mean, as you're going
he's
by,
probably an older horse too. I mean, he's just an amazing horse. I mean, he runs on grass, dirt, and synthetic. I mean, it doesn't seem to matter with him.
Now, we often assign human traits to horses. My wife is a horse person. She owns horses. She rides horses. She tells me a lot of times we do too much of that. Sometimes they're just horses. They don't really know what they're doing. But the great ones seem to know that. How much do you get that feeling from Zenyatta that she understands what is going on out there, what her mission is, and how much she enjoys it?
I mean, she's, like John said, it's hard to explain. She's an experience. You have to have seen her to understand who she is and what she's about. I mean, she walks out of this paddock and puts on the show for these people. I mean, tell me she don't know what she's doing. I mean, she knows what she's doing and more, and she just tells me just to be quiet and sit up there and enjoy it. Don't be in my way. This is my show, She does, and she's intimidating. Anytime a horse comes by, she intimidates him, and she'll stand up really, really tall and just like tower over him, and then just do that dance down on top of him. Just like, are you telling you're gonna stomp him, or what are you saying here? I mean, then she just starts snorting and making noises, and I just stay as quiet as can be.
Yeah.
Never move.
Just sit there and wait.